Hey guys, Eric Coffie, your host of GovCon Giants TV, GovCon Giants podcast, and GovConGiants.com, bringing you more great content. Listen, I just want to let everyone know out there, in the midst of the global pandemic, COVID-19, we're getting ready to reopen up all the facilities. But for all the people out there that are in the GovCon Giants space, listen, I want to let you know that the government still needs you. They still need everything out there. Forget the PPE, forget janitorial. They still need everyone out there, truck drivers, event planners, marketing people, educational writers. And we're going to go down this list momentarily. But let's think about it for a moment. All of us are actually using Zoom right now. And Zoom is great, but so is MySpace. So again, Zoom came in and took over that place. Zoom is wonderful for what they're doing, but so was MySpace at the time until Facebook came and dominated. So how do we make a better Zoom application? Right. So again, I'm thinking about the future upcoming events now with this new social distancing. Can you make Zoom for events? What about Zoom for conferences? So some smart software guru out there in the world, I'm hoping that you guys are considering this, and maybe you will be the one to invent Zoom for events or Zoom for conferences. What about this? Let's just think right now. We've already seen where we've got Airbnb and you can do those guides. What about doing a virtual guide? I thought about like SimCity, right? Remember SimCity, you play in a virtual game. What about doing virtual guides or virtual tours? We've already seen that in some of the GovCon. I've seen already where we had a site visit and the site visit was virtual. But what about making an actual application and software we can do some of those activities, okay? Zoom conferencing, Zoom events, virtual conferences and guides. So again, let's look at all these things. Truck drivers, man, if you are a truck driver out there and you're not getting your piece of the pie, something is severely wrong. Event planners. We may not be planning physical events anymore, but even if it was an online conference or an online event, the logistics, the coordination, calling the people, putting that whole thing together, getting the speakers, arranging the speakers. I mean, that is a lot of work that, again, I don't want to do, and I imagine that the government agencies don't want to do either. Marketing folks out there. Again, we still have people that need to market our services, whatever they may be. The government still has information they want to get out to the public and the people. So again, someone has to be writing those white papers. Someone has to be writing those articles. Someone has to be putting that information out there. Educational writers, technical writers. Again, I know people that are writing content and information that has to be put into technical formats to be disseminated across nations and organizations. And so again, people out here doing all this stuff, software gurus. Look, we've given you a ton of ideas. Man, right now, I can tell you with everyone having to work from home, you software guys should be out there figuring out how do we make that secure? How do we make it structured? How do we organize it? Let's sit back and look at all the problems that are arising out of working from home and not being inside one facility and figure out what are the software and the technical issues that go along with that and the challenges and how do we solve them. Staffing companies. Again, we talked about this. There is an increased need for cleaning. There's an increased need for sanitizing places and facilities. So again, we need people, we need robots, we need machines. If you look online, we see what China's doing. They've got drones flying in the air that are actually cleaning the whole countries, whole cities. Look, if you are a drone pilot, why are you not looking at what China's doing and recreating that, bringing it back to your local city government saying, hey, I have a drone, hook it up to this device that actually spits out the sanitation stuff. I keep saying sanitation, the sanitizing gear. And then that way, now you're offering a solution. Database designers, network security. Man, all of our networks are wide open and subject to being hacked, to being monitored, to being tracked. Figure out what are some of the security issues and how to solve them. Contractors, again, they're building up temporary facilities around every hospital, at all the bases, looking to take in our most critical needed people. Electricians, again, we're having to wire all of these facilities with power. Web designers. Look, how many more people, how many more businesses that were once brick and mortar are now having to move to online? So there are opportunities for web designers out there, robotic engineers. I can't even begin to start. Everything now is going to start going to automation and robots and less human interaction and less human contact. If you are not spending 12 to 15 hours a day figuring out how to solve this issue, and you are a robotic engineer, you have lost your mind. R&D, research and development. So what happens? Let's take and go back and look at what we were doing pre-COVID and figure out, okay, what are some of the techniques, the processes that we're going to have to change for preparation for 21 and 22, the new era that we're going to be in post-COVID. Lawyers. I know some lawyers that said, hey, the courthouses are closed, so we can't practice law. But at the same token, new companies are emerging, new joint ventures are emerging. I happen to be working on a joint venture myself with organizations. So again, there are new opportunities that are coming out of this that they need to maybe switch gears and change from maybe practicing family court to looking into practicing government contracting law. Administrative people, again, there is so much. We talked about in an earlier video where the SBA processed 1 million applications in 3 weeks. The SBA is hiring like crazy. And so a lot of other agencies, in order to handle the barrage of small businesses, of unemployment claims, there are people that need administrative folks like crazy left and right. So again, if you want a job, if you want a contract, if you want an opportunity, it's out here for the taking. That's what I want to share with you today, to let you know that the government is wide open. They're spending like crazy. There's not one or two businesses that need it. There's every service imaginable that still need it, and even more so than 5 months ago. They're needed 5 times what there was needed before, because why? They have to now service the entire country, not just the immediate need of the government from before. All right, thanks for watching. As always, stay healthy, stay safety. May God bless you all.